So in our last gaming session, 4 weeks ago, you guys had, or part of our group had just arrived in the small little town of Rokashima and stumbled upon some new counterparts, a couple of humans and a dwarf that have somewhat joined the party at this point. And you guys were plotting on going into the northern forest to seek out the Witch of the Wood. But after you guys had finished your shopping and everything, you had determined that it was too late to leave that particular day, and we're going to wait wait out the night and go the next morning. So you went to the Drunken Trader, which is one of the local little pubs of the area, and we're having some drinks and some food when all of a sudden there was an outburst of noise and panicked people moving through the streets. You had stepped out into the streets and were preparing to deal with whatever new danger had reared its ugly head, and that is where we will pick up. Give me initiatives. Adrie?
11.
Still have to roll initiative.
Ethan?
20.
Juniper?
18.
Plus your initiative modifier.
23.
23. And try your best to speak up. Sylen?
12.
Bridget?
9.
Okay, so Juniper, you have traveled to this land. You just arrived today. The reasons why you are in such a far, far land from your homeland are your secret and yours alone at this point. But you are here completely by yourself. Your original group, mysteriously, under unknown circumstances, are no longer with you.
Sketchy.
But as you were moving through town, you saw something incredibly strange take place. You saw a woman with long black hair that seemed to move almost like tendrils, as though it had a life of its own, cast something upon the ground. And as she walked away, there was a burst of this flame that sprouted up, and this wheel that looked like it's something off of a ox cart or something just seemed to rise up out of the ground, and in the center of it was a cackling, demonic looking face, and it was just laughing and just cackling in this evil, maniacal way. The entire rim of this wheel is just wreathed in flames as it rises up out of the ground. The people around, who didn't really seem to take notice of this stranger that you saw, seeing this creature, all scream and panic and begin to run in various different directions. Some of them yelling about a yokai, some of them yelling about a wanyudu, and all of them headed in different directions. But you draw your weapon and face this thing. It is right down here. You are first. What would you like to do?
Is it aggroed on me?
It apparently is violent, it is dangerous, and everybody is scared of it.
I don't know if I want to hit it or if I want to investigate it a little bit.
You're a fighter.
Do whatever you think you would do.
I guess I'll attack.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, she has spells as well.
Oh,
They get Eldritch Blast.
No.
Witch Bolt, I think.
It's one of her first level spells is Witch Bolt. She has some other
What
stuff.
is she
too.
playing?
An Eldritch Knight, which is a fighter subtype.
I'll do Witch Bolt.
Okay.
3 times.
No, one
Can you
one
do
time.
it once and then?
Once. One per turn.
So look up Witch Bolt in the player's handbook.
It's gonna be closer towards the back of the book. Basically the back quarter of the book. That's where your spells end up being.
And then the spells are in alphabetical order. So this is the spell section here, so you,
Just look under W. Obviously.
yeah.
It could be B, bolt,
Witch Bolt.
comma, which. I hate things that are organized like that, but it's like, it happens.
There are a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting closer.
Yep.
Witch bolt. Range 30 feet.
Okay. Are
So
you
how
within
can-
range?
I'll have to move up to
Each hex is 5 feet,
Okay.
so you need to be within 6 hexes of it.
So pay attention to how many you move, because you're limited to the number of squares on your character sheet.
It's okay.
It was
So
like
your speed
5.
is 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're within range.
Yeah, you're definitely within range. So you move up to within range and you begin casting Hex Bolt. What is the process for doing Hex Bolt? Witch Bolt, sorry. Pretty sure it's a ranged attack, right?
Yeah.
Spell attack?
On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically.
Okay. So you're using one of your first level spell slots to cast the spell. So roll a d20, add your spellcasting modifier, which is on that third page, the very top.
So the spell attack bonus is the one you want.
Okay, so
First one plus one.
25.
Yep.
25. All right, so you hit, and you do how much damage?
So 1d12.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 12.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
The max.
Yep.
All right. Next, you have Ethan. All right, so you come out of the drunken trader, and you look down the street, and you see this flaming wheel with a face in the center, this like demonic face in the center of it. And it's just kind of cackling maniacally, and you see this gnome with this kind of flame, like orange and red hair, cast this bolt of electricity that kind of connects to the strange creature, and she's just kind of zapping it with this lightning energy. What would you like to do?
Well, I wanted to stab it, but it's a long way away.
It is indeed.
I guess I'll have to start making my way that direction.
Okay,
Um,
so you can move 6 as your standard movement. So
Yeah.
if you would,
Sorry, this is
back.
you.
Yeah, red.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
now as a cunning action, you can use dash, which basically gives you
6 more.
6 more, yeah.
before. Okay, so 3.
Well, I'm waiting for him to confirm that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And then that's it, I guess.
You know, you can try to throw a dagger or
I don't think I
Taunt
got
it.
Shoot it.
When I went shopping, I didn't buy anything to throw.
all right. So next
Fighting
it'll
owls?
be the creature's turn. So the creature kind of turns its hideous face towards you and will lash out at you as 2 of these balls of flame detach from its body and fly in your direction. The first one will hit an armor class of 11.
Okay, I'm 19.
Okay, so it misses and explodes off to the side of you. And the second bolt will hit an armor class of 18. Also missing you, but and kind of off to the other side. Then you have the next person is Sylen.
All right. So, what's the range on that again? Oh, a long distance. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, I'm gonna just Eldritch Blast it. So,
Alright.
It's got a long range.
120 feet.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
stay far back and
That'll be a 23.
Hit.
Alright. My Eldritch Blast is fairly badass right now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, 13 force and 4 cold, so 17 total if none of that makes a
17.
difference.
Okay. So you run forward and blast it with some energy.
Blast them.
Then the next, it's going to be Adrie.
Alright, so I'm going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. As a bonus action.
My bonus action.
You can still use your regular action to dash to move closer if you want.
Can I attack after I dash though?
No.
No, but it would put you within range to attack it anyway, I don't think.
Well, she's got you have a longbow, right? Or no?
I do. I don't know the range on it though, because I never use it.
Long ways.
A long ways, because it's a long bow.
I think it's 8120.
Is it? Should I look it up?
Sure.
Funnily enough, I actually have Witch Bolt on my character as well, so I've got the card for it.
It doesn't say, 150?
Yeah, it should have 2 ranges.
600?
Alright, there you
Damn.
go.
Okay.
So you should write that on your character sheet.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, 150 is short range, so, and then after 150, you have disadvantage if you want to shoot farther, like between 150 and 600.
Okay, so I will try
Oh, is that how that
to...
works?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to shoot it with my longbow. And 23?
Hit.
Okay, so 1
no.
d8 plus 3. 4. And then I get my Colossus Slayer.
Mhm.
And-
And your hunter's mark.
Yeah,
Yep.
my Hunter's Mark. So 4. That's 10. And then... So 13 total.
You added that too?
No, she didn't. 16.
16.
Did I?
The first roll you on the dice was
Oh, okay.
4,
Just
so you...
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a 16
Yes.
after.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Okay. Then now it is Bridget's turn.
Hey, Bridget's gonna move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically taking a dash action.
Okay.
And she's gonna yell at the wheel, "Get out of my village, you devil!"
Right. And then it is initiatives.
I got short legs, that's why I have this size.
And now you're last again.
My
I
dice
don't know about
lie.
that.
Let's get those out of my system, right?
Yeah.
12.
Alright. Adrie,
6.
Wait, what?
Ethan?
What did I add to it?
12.
Your
Bad
initiative.
number.
Juniper,
9.
Sylen,
12.
Bridget.
4.
Alright. Alright, so Ethan and Sylen are first. First off, who is within 60 feet of it?
Me.
Of the two of you.
Out of both of us, just... I am just out of range. I'm like 65 feet away.
Alright, so you're starting your turn within 60 feet of it. Need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Same here?
No.
No, on your
It's not.
turn.
It's not your turn.
Ah.
Oh!
Ouch.
Alright, that's 2, right? That's the second
2.
one of the night.
So I take it you got what?
A 1.
With your save?
Is 1 an automatic fail on saving throws?
With my, yeah. Because of it.
That's worth asking.
All right, so you take 6 points of necrotic damage just
Damn.
as it basically as you lock eyes with this thing, and it drains away a portion of your soul. That also reduces your maximum hit points by 6 as well.
So 6 con damage?
No, hit points. 6 points of necrotic damage,
Mm-hmm.
and it reduces his maximum hit point total by 6.
Like for good?
That's weird.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't
That
think
would
for
suck.
good. Hopefully not. We won't.
All right, so what are you doing?
Me?
If you want, I can just go ahead and do my Eldritch Blast first,
Okay.
while you figure out what you're gonna do.
Cry.
21.
Okay, hit.
Do I have to differentiate the damage or just give you the whole total?
Just hold total.
Okay. Wasn't sure if.
Damn it.
9 points.
Okay.
Poison and necrotic damage are 2 different things, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get up to it, but
Just remember, because necrotic is poison.
Now remember,
6 spaces,
using
right?
your dash as a bonus action, you can still attack. Your
That's
normal
Yeah, because
attack.
it's your
'Cause
cunning
she's a
action.
rogue.
Yeah.
That's
So you can still make it up there. You just can only attack once.
but I can only use one hand. And
Yeah.
when I get close, yeah.
But it's still better than nothing.
Okay. So I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do, because yeah, to get in base contact with it.
Okay, and then you make one attack roll.
7 plus 15.
15 is a hit. You won't get your sneak attack though because there's nothing up there with you at the moment.
Advantage.
So 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still good.
Yeah.
Rogues.
Alright,
Well, I did roll
so
max
that's
on my dice.
Ethan and Sylen. So next is is Juniper. Now you can either continue to use Witch Bolt or you can drop it to do something else.
Does she have to make that Constitution saving throw?
Oh, yeah, it is your turn, so yes, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
So you roll the 20-sided dice, and then add the one that says Constitution on there.
6.
But a natural one, though.
That's third.
Yeah.
So you take 6 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit point total is reduced by 6.
Okay.
And then you can take your action.
So I rolled mine over here in case it's not permanent.
Okay. I will continue using Witch Bolt.
Alright,
Alright,
so
so
you
then-
don't have to roll to hit, so you just roll your d12.
8.
And then it lasts up to a minute, so.
That's 10 rounds.
8 plus the spell attack bonus.
No, just
Nope.
8.
Just 8.
Look badass.
That's-
Spell attack.
Yeah,
That's for
that's
the
what you
20.
get when you roll it to attack.
Alright, so next is the creature. It is going to do 2 attacks on Ethan here, who is the only one in base contact. So it basically turns around and just kind of starts slamming into you.
I got short legs.
So first attack is going to hit an AC of 9.
Miss.
Then the second one will hit an AC of 18.
Hit.
So it does 1d8 of bludgeoning damage. Plus 2, so 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And 7 points of fire damage. As it just slams as this wheel literally just kind of rolls into you. And slams into you. The face, this demonic face is just kind of laughing at you. From the center of this
Do you
wheel,
have
flaming
the-
wheel.
The rogue ability to
Uncanny
reduce
dodge?
damage. Do you have that one or no?
Doesn't look like it. Cunning action is deep fast hands and
Second story work.
yeah. And stealth and investigation, my expertise is nope. So
I thought we got it already.
so that's 16%, so it's 20. Yeah, 22.
Oh, it's 5th level, so we're 1 level away from that. Okay.
Soon. Yeah.
Alright, so that was the creature, which makes it Adrie's turn.
Right.
how far away are you?
I'm within range.
Alright, so Constitution saving throw.
14.
Alright, it has no effect on you.
Sweet. So I'm gonna move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On range till.
Want to shoot it again?
Yeah. Why not? That's probably gonna miss. 11.
Yeah, that is. Alright, so that's Adrie. Next is Bridget.
Do I have to hit for my Colossus Slayer?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd ask.
4, 5, and she's gonna throw a hand axe at the wheel. She
Alright,
figures it's wood. Axes are bad against wood. 10 to hit.
that is a miss.
Well,
Were you within range, by the way?
To throw it?
No,
to,
yeah.
Or she
were
was-
you within 60 feet of
Yes.
it at the start of your turn?
10.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 10.
Okay.
Alright, so that brings it back to initiative on turn 3.
This turn.
I'm gonna switch to 20. See what happens.
Alright, Adrie.
21.
Nice. Ethan.
18.
Juniper.
20.
Sylen.
10.
Bridget.
12.
Alright, so first up is Juniper. Oh, sorry, Adrie. Adrie is first.
Do I need to make a Constitution save?
Yep.
Okay. 13.
Sounds like I ain't getting up in that.
12. Sorry.
12?
Yes.
Alright, so you pass.
I'm going to move forward because I'm finally in range.
So you
and
drop your
put my longbow away, drop it, and I'm gonna pull
Pull
my
a-
short swords out.
Right.
Both
So
of
you can
them.
only draw one at a time. So
So are those actions? Like I can't just.
you know, you
not-
can draw
Oh,
one for
okay.
free.
Okay. And then the other one.
You know, draw next round for free.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then,
I don't understand like whoosh.
All right.
Just be a thing.
It's you just can't do it.
So I'm gonna
In
grab the
rules,
better
you can't
one.
do it.
Yeah.
It just sounds cool.
My +1 short sword. And 14.
That is a miss.
Damn it. All right. I'm gonna do nothing.
So that was Adrie. So next is Juniper. Constitution saving throw.
That was a 9, 5, 14.
Alright, you pass. So nothing happens to you.
Okay.
And then you can use your Witch Bolt again if you choose.
I mean, guaranteed D12 damage is
Pretty
really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
3.
Alright. Then next is Ethan. Constitution saving throw.
Uh, 7.
Alright, so you fail. Take another 4 points of necrotic damage, reducing your maximum hit point value by 4.
Hey, next turn, this turn, I'll be able to get up and hit it.
Alright, so I will.
That's what I
Okay,
thought.
so now I get. Since she's some base contact, that gives me sneak attack now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sneak attack.
So I will swing with my first hand. And 16.
Hit.
Yeah.
13 points of damage with that hand.
Well, you forgot your plus, right?
Oh, I did, yeah. So,
See the
sorry.
patches on her neck.
So 19.
18. Okay.
Second attack is 11. So,
11 to hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a miss.
Oh, that's fine.
Alright, so that was Ethan. Next is the creature. So it is going to do a slam attack, one at each of you. So first one against Ethan. It's going to hit an armor class of 21.
Hit.
So it does 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of fire damage to you.
13.
And then it's going to try to slam at you, Miss Ranger Chick, in an armor class of 17.
Yep.
Okay, and do 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points
You're
of
zero?
fire damage.
I'm down. So no, because my maximum hit point went down to 30, and I have 39 damage now. So well,
No, your maximum hit point.
Just can't go back up
okay.
beyond
Well, I
that.
have 1 hit point.
Okay. Yeah, because it.
Yeah.
That way, if basically it matters if somebody heals you, you can't go back above that your new maximum.
Okay.
When does that wear off? When the fight's over?
Well,
Or
we
you
don't-
just don't
we
know.
don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But it has gone. Next is Bridget.
Yeah. Bridget's gonna rage.
Bridget is going to make a Constitution saving throw.
She's also gonna rage. She's multitasking. 9.
Jeez.
Hey, I only have a +6. Okay.
He only.
So you take 4 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are lowered by that 4.
Okay. Now I'm gonna attack it.
Now you attack.
And I'm gonna be.
Raging.
I don't really need to be reckless, but I can be raging. Yeah. So I'm gonna take 2 attacks. The blue one will be the bonus attack for being ragey.
Okay.
All right. What do we got? +8. So a 21 and a 25.
Both hit.
Okay. So. 10 plus 16 is 26 points of damage.
26. Alright, so you run up there and you swing with the first blow and cleave into it, and chunks of burning splinters go off in one direction. Then you cleave into it with the second blow, and you just kind of smash into its strange red demonic face, and this greenish blood kind of oozes out of it, and it drops to the ground and then like kind of dissipates into like a fine ash and blows away on the wind.
She's very proud of herself.
So now you guys are standing there. A couple of the buildings took some damage. A couple of them are actually on fire. But there are people that are running up to try to put it out, because a fire in this town is very, very dangerous and spreads very quickly. What are you guys doing?
Well, I've got my water skin on me. And I guess I'm gonna move to the nearest building and attempt to put it out.
With your water skin.
It's the only source of water I have, and she's still kind of recovering from the raging thing.
Okay.
So, yes.
Alright.
She's raging on the
I
fire.
want to investigate what the strange creature is.
It's
Like-
gone. It's just,
Oh, it's
there's
just
just it turns
nothing
into
left.
ash, and then it
Whatever was
ash
left, I
blows
stepped
away.
on it.
Does it? So no remnants at all.
There is. Give me an investigation check.
11.
You find a kind of in the dust and the ash. It kind of dusted out of the way. You find a small, kind of a copper token that looks kind of like a wheel.
Okay.
What are you doing? The town is on fire. You are recovering from your battle. What are you doing?
There's not really much I can do.
You can help put fire out.
How do I help put the fire out?
Grab a bucket.
Ray of Frost.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what if I just cast Ray of Frost everywhere?
You can do that.
I'm
Show
gonna
off.
try.
Yeah.
I guess I will try to put out the fires.
All right, so you
Whatever
start
possible.
using your Ray of Frost to kind of try to reduce the heat, which is one of the primary parts of that fire triangle is heat. So you're slowly but surely helping people put the fire out. People splash water on the thing, and of course, as you're using your Ray of Frost, it kind of creates like little bits of ice and everything that kind of coats bits and pieces of it.
I'm also helping.
You are
Water
also
skin.
helping. Ethan?
I'm thanking God that I didn't just die.
It's hers now.
Drink a potion.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, so you just kind of huddle to yourself and like
Don't die.
and drink your potion.
Step back for a second.
Adrie?
Potions are D4.
2d4 plus 2.
Eventually, we'll get down to the point where we're all saying that in unison.
I'll try and assist with the fires, I guess.
Okay, like join the bucket brigade type thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you just kind of join in, and after a few minutes, you guys finally get the fires put out, and with as little damage to the town as you can muster. Only a couple of the buildings are damaged pretty bad. There's a little bit of smoke damage to some of the others. You look around and you see that for the most part, you guys kind of got away with none of the local townsfolk being really injured, other than a little bit of singed hair or just sheer fright from having this creature attack them in the town. But things are finally starting to settle down. You look around, but you notice that 2 of your party members are missing. The Druid and the Cleric are nowhere to be seen.
Wasn't that interesting? We go up in a fight and Arilu has disappeared.
Oh, I thought the fight was awfully quiet.
Yeah? I'm gonna turn to Bridget and Ethan and look, because they've been here in the town for a little while, and ask it, have you seen anything like that before since you've been here?
No, the cherry blossom trees are supposed to keep them out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. With the warding and the spells, it should have not been able to get in here.
It's probably because we went to church so much today.
Why would that have any effect?
We used up a lot of their holy water. I don't know.
So I want to turn my attention to the gnome that we don't know.
The fire-haired gnome. Okay.
And first, well, what does she look like? Like how's she dressed and stuff?
I'm in studded leather armor. I have a shield and a short sword. I have fire, hair, red to orange, and then green eyes, and just kind of a freckly face.
So you see a elf walk up to you, about 5'9". Doesn't look like he weighs much at all. He's not wearing any armor, but has light clothing on. Not really robes, but he's got pale skin, black hair, blue eyes, and you would have seen him casting spells at the creature, the demon that we fought.
Mm-hmm.
So, who might you be?
My name is Juniper Everett.
So when we had stopped for the break, the Warlock had approached the new mysterious gnome who was casting spells at the strange yokai that appeared in the near the center of town, and began questioning her about what she possibly knew.
All right. So, Juniper, huh? My name's Sylen.
Nice to meet you.
Did you see where that came from?
Yes, actually. There was a woman with just tendrils of hair that seemed to move on their own. And it was long black hair, and she just kind of came up and then, just not vanished, but left the scene as soon as the creature began to appear. She had thrown something on the ground, or cast something, and then the creature appeared.
Where did she go? Which way? Do you remember?
I didn't see.
She was too distracted by the appearance of a very dangerous creature.
Yeah. Pity.
Is the fire out at this point?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on him.
Okay. So he's over there sitting on a little step, kind of breathing heavy. He's got weird little pustules that's kind of broken out across his skin and everything, and he looks very sick. He did not fare well from the strange aura that this creature had.
You look gross. Here, you need a drink. I'll pass one of my potions.
Thank you.
No, that's a healing potion. You need a drink.
Well, I definitely do. I don't know what that was, but it hurt.
It was evil. But now it's dead. And someone, probably one of us, should go tell the temple that their cherry trees are failing.
Very true. Alright, so I'll drink the... You gave me another healing potion, you said?
I'm gonna, now that the fight's over and I just I noticed that Arilu is gone, like I'm gonna maybe start skirting the town and see if I can find him, because he's my best friend. I've known him for 50 years. He just disappears. See if I can figure out where he's gone.
It's probably in the bathhouse.
Survival, yeah.
Yeah, survival. 24.
Alright, you're very familiar with the tracks for him. Even when he's in beast form, he has a certain gait and the way he walks and everything. And you're so familiar with him, you can pretty much track him anywhere he goes. But as you're looking about, you find that his tracks and the cleric's tracks literally just kind of end just outside the pub where you guys, the Drunken Trader, where you guys basically exit out. They were a little bit behind you, and they literally just seem to vanish.
Okay. Maybe I'll go back to the pub and ask any. It's the magnets on our door. Ask the guy who works there or anyone I see around there if they've seen him, or I don't remember. He was probably in his human form if we were in the pub drinking.
Yeah, he was definitely in his little elf boy form.
So I'm gonna go and ask and say, have you seen my friend, my elf friend? You know, the loud one with
the white hair?
Yeah.
Yes, he left with you out the door
He did.
during the commotion.
Yeah.
And then after that, I cowardly ducked behind the bar and hid.
Oh, I don't blame you. Adventuring's not for everyone.
There's great dishonor on my name.
Does that...
No, just kidding. He doesn't actually do that. It's like, no, I hid behind the bar.
Have you ever seen one of those creatures in town before?
No, the yokai have not come into the town for many years. 60 years ago, when Mayumi came into town and went out and made a pact with the Witch of the Wood, things have been safe. Of course, I am not old enough to remember the time of before the cherry trees and before the pact, but there are a few of us that are still old enough to remember that.
Do you know who would remember that?
It's
the lady in the...
The lady at the shrine would know.
Okay.
As would, a few other of the older locals. There's a few dozen people that are still old enough to remember the time before the cherry trees.
All right.
Of course, I have those cards with me. Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for your information. And I'll kind of sullenly walk back over there because I'm kind of bummed that I can't find him.
Meanwhile, the rogue and the dwarf make their way back to the Drunken Trader to get some drinks, leaving the Warlock speaking alone to the mysterious gnome, whom the dwarf and the rogue don't seem to have much interest in at the moment.
They're gonna meet us back at the pub.
A new person, you have no idea what they're gonna do.
I'd like to get all cleaned up before I introduce myself to people,
Okay.
Maybe not spurting pus at them.
While resting in the pub and getting a few drinks, you slowly start to feel better, and the effects slowly wear off.
It's you as well.
AKA, after a short rest, you guys, the effect wears off.
But we still have the damage.
Yes.
Okay. It's just not affecting our max hit points anymore.
Right.
Okay, so actually, We're still in town. We're probably gonna stay in town overnight.
Because it's evening still, right? We haven't actually slept or anything like that.
Yeah, you still get to take a long rest, at which point in the morning
so
all your hit points
I
and
won't use
everything
up my
back
surges
anyway.
then. What say we take some drinks out to our friend?
You see her come walking back into the. Oh wait, do you go over to where they are, or do you?
Yeah,
go
I was
into-
going back to Sylen
Okay,
to
so you
tell
walk
him I
up to
didn't find Arilu.
Sylen. You don't see your cleric friend anywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a bottle of sake, just buy a whole bottle,
Okay,
and then go and join these guys.
1 silver piece.
So the description that she gave me, does that match the description of anyone we've been, like say the Witch of the Woods or anything we've been described to yet?
You haven't really had anyone describe the witch to you yet.
I thought we did, but
You've had people describe that she would. The closest thing you've gotten is she might be an elf.
okay. So,
She doesn't come to town, and the town usually doesn't go out there, so you don't have any known
Frame
actual
for reference.
reliable descriptions of what this.
So all we know about the witch is that it might be an elf and possibly my mother.
Yeah, that's literally all you really know at this point.
Okay.
Are you my mother?
Are you my mommy?
No gas masks here. All right. Well.
Walk up with some sake.
All right.
What up? I got some big cups.
I come up slowly behind, just kind of sullen, just 'cause.
So you see a
Pussy.
dwarf.
Mhm.
Describe yourselves.
Bridget is short even for a dwarf. She's got long red hair. It's usually tied back in a braid, and just some sick ass blue war paint on her face. She's always ready for a fight. She's not wearing any armor. She's always ready for a fight.
I am a fairly young human, age 22. Got the olive or the lightly tanned olive skin, dark brown hair, hazel eyes. I'm 5'10", and I look well. I guess I would, since I'm the area I'm from, I look like basically kind of Italian looking, but not Guido. I don't have the big.
He's a spicy meatball.
I am wearing a cloak, of course, and
And you have what, like the goatee and everything.
yeah, I have like the goatee with that kind of comes down with a little point.
And when he does a sneak attack, he does it like this.
Fashionably dressed.
Yes, very fashionably dressed and wearing studded leather armor. A little nicer looking, I guess, for an adventurer, but not overly nice.
Yeah, I guess my clothes while playing are pretty nice clothes too.
Mine aren't. Mine is either two tavern brawls and kind of smell like beer.
So I'll walk up and join them, and I'm an elf also, about 5'8", and I've got black hair and green eyes, and I'm wearing studded leather armor. Got short swords, and you can tell that, I walk up to Sylen, and I'm going to come up to you and say, I tried to track Arilu, and I didn't see. The last place that I saw his tracks were at the pub.
And
They just disappeared. There's no other tracks there.
Huh.
So I don't know if he turned into a bird and flew away. I don't think he would do that, though. It's not like him to just disappear.
as much as he and I didn't get along, yeah, him running like that doesn't sound like him at all.
Did the cleric catch his fancy?
Are you saying
Possibly.
he went on a flight of fancy? Is that what you're implying here? No. So, well, I'm not familiar with how the cherry trees protect the town. Juniper here, our gnome friend who helped take down the demon.
I think her name is Sam. I'm trying to remember what Jenny's cleric was.
Constantine.
Oh, Connie, that's right.
She said that she saw someone cast a spell or throw something down, and I found this little token that looks like a wheel where it fell.
The demon looked like a wheel too.
Yes, it did. Congratulations.
Just take her asleep from the wall.
You said there was
I'm
a coin
helping.
on the ground? Was the woman wearing a watch?
No. It's a no-kai.
Somebody said it was a yokai.
So one you do? One you do? The barkeep says it's a one you do.
Okay.
Angry wheel.
Well, someone brought it into town, and I don't know if the cherry trees protect from that, or if they just protect from naturally occurring yokai.
Oh, if someone came into town and cast something, yeah, possibly. We should probably talk to, well, continue like we were going to, and talk to the wit to the north, or in the woods, and figure out if they're working still. Like, would she know if her spell's still working?
I'm sure.
Or she's gone dark side and she summoned the angry wheel.
Well, we wouldn't
Well, we
know.
just have a vague
How long have you been
description.
in the area?
I just came into town.
Hey! Did you get here by a magic portal too? Because you guys came through a magic portal.
I've been traveling for a while, just looking for my lost group, and stumbled upon this. So,
Where are
kind
you?
of an interesting welcome to town.
Where are you from originally?
I forget what it's called.
Huron.
Erin.
You've heard of it. It's just the land of the gnomes.
Yeah.
It's sort of a kingdom, if you could call it a gnomish area like that, a kingdom. They
Yeah.
have a queen, reluctantly. She doesn't really want the job.
And how long has your party been missing?
It's been just a few days now. We were just outside of town, kind of in the woods, and then they just kind of disappeared, like you were speaking of your friends.
So we've got a party napper. Definitely need to talk to the witch.
Well, we're not doing that tonight.
No.
Our plan was to rest and do it and go tomorrow if you'd like to come with us to talk to her. Maybe she'll have some answers about where your friends are.
Because we have the same
We
questions.
do with another short person in the group.
You guys are probably, actually she might be a little bit shorter than you.
She might be a little bit taller than me. I'm short for a dwarf. I'm at
Yeah,
like the
but-
bottom of the.
She's still a gnome.
I'm 4'4".
Yeah, she's definitely shorter than you.
My hair color is full on ginger.
Is that what it's
That's
called?
what
She's probably a good foot shorter than you.
Oh. Well then, good.
But
I don't
yes,
want to
if
be the
you're-
shortest forever.
If you're willing
You feel
to
quite tall.
come with, I see you're versed in the
Stand next
arcane
to her.
arts, and that's always another pleasant person to have around. So you're dressed a little more armored than I would have expected.
He thinks you're fancy.
Even for her size, I bet she could stand up better than you can in a stiff breeze.
Oh.
Alright, so with that, you guys, kind of tired and weary, begin making your way back towards your, towards the inn.
Yeah.
You can have Connie's room since apparently she's not using it now.
Alright.
It is paid for, so might as well take advantage of it, I guess.
Well, not,
Unless
there's
she's
only 6
currently
rooms
there.
in the inn too, so.
Yeah. When we get
Sad.
back there, before we actually get settled down for the night, I want to ask Adrie where the tracks stop, and I want to try and just see if I can sense any arcane energy left over.
Okay. She leads you pretty much right back to where the entrance to the
Drunken trader?
the drunken
Yeah.
trader is at.
Okay. Of course, I don't have any kind of detect magic or anything, so I don't know if like just an Arcana check could find anything, but just in
Worth a
case,
try.
a total of 20.
Looking about, you do not detect any magic
Okay.
through natural senses. Through that, if you had the spell, you might
Yeah.
fare a little bit better in that regard. But
Yeah.
since you don't have detect magic as a spell, then you can't really.
Yeah. I'm just checking to see if maybe maybe the residual energy could have been strong enough.
Sorry.
All right.
So, if there are tracks in here and there's no magic for them,
That you're aware of, because nobody here has detect magic.
Yeah. It's like I couldn't be sure that there was no magic involved. Whatever it is, it's either dissipated or not strong enough for me to feel. I don't have.
well,
I can't detect magic.
wasn't it the same with the wheel token though? Like, there wasn't enough magic there for you to tell where it come from. So it could be that the spellcaster, as did
I
the
don't know
wheel
if you have
thing.
the spell detect magic.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Would you like to use it?
Yes, please.
I
I forgot.
Alright, so
I have it, but I'm not going to use it. Help you find a friend.
I don't know.
I don't know you.
This will help find your friend.
I don't go
Oh.
with Jim.
You don't have to
That's
make any
what I
rolls.
was-
So you go over there and you cast a spell using up another one of your first level spell slots, leaving you with one for the remainder of the day. Luckily, the day is coming to an end. So you cast a spell, and there is a bit of residual magic that kind of lingers. Matter of fact, it's almost like a strange circle, two circles.
Okay. And can I tell if it's evil or not?
No, you can't really tell whether or not it's evil because, well, it doesn't have an alignment in that kind of way. But you do know that it has a an aura of conjuration.
Okay. Which means
Summoning things.
It's basically from
Summoning
the
and
school of
teleportation.
conjuration.
Yeah.
okay.
So they may have gone through a portal or been sucked through one.
Or someone else could have.
So it seems like your friends kind of. There's residual magic, there's two circles, and it seems like they either cast it themselves or were sucked through it because there's no real alignment I can detect.
Did you sense that from when your party members disappeared?
Something similar.
The only thing I can think of is that Arilu had that locket that would take him back to where we were in the dungeon, but
He really liked you though.
yeah.
I don't think he would have gone without you.
Well, we were best friends, and
And no offense to your cleric friend, but I don't think he would have just run off with a stranger. And it still doesn't obviously explain what happened to Juniper's party here.
yeah, if it's the same thing, then
Then we go find the witch.
That's probably our best option. Get some rest.
Me and the rest of this sake bottle are gonna make our way back to my room.
Alright, so you guys make your way towards the river's edge, Ryukon, where you guys kind of, as you approach, you see that only one of the girls is currently inside the building, and she seems to be in the process of cleaning. She seems relatively oblivious to you guys walking up at the moment, until she overhears the very loud and slowly becoming intoxicated dwarf approach, and then she kind of turns and runs over, and it seems to be the older of the trio, the one that you don't currently know what her name is. And she comes over and she kneels down in front of by the front door and awaits you guys basically to come up.
Where's Yui?
She's at home.
But alright. I'll go and start taking my shoes off.
Okay, so you start taking your shoes off and step into the slippers that are provided for you. And she tends to each of you. She kind of is like, I am sorry, but the other two needed some time off. They've been working for about 3 weeks without a day off. And,
Sorry.
and they wish to attend a gathering with some of their younger friends.
Wait, are they not in town?
No, they're in town. They're just at a gathering with their friends.
There's a giant flamey wheelie demon out there. I mean, not how we killed it, but
Oh, well, do you think that they're in danger?
I mean, there were people. The buildings were all on fire.
Oh. And she's like, well, there is nothing I can do about it at this point. I can't leave you here unattended.
Where was the gathering?
To the far northeastern portion of the town.
But like, they'd still be in the trees.
Yes.
I gotta go find Yui. I'll be back. Start putting my boots back on.
Okay.
Why?
It's my house girl.
They've been here longer than we have.
Yeah,
She's
it's
attached to her.
Strangely so, I guess.
Plus, people are disappearing.
It's a good point.
I'm gonna ask her, just on the off chance, did any of our companions return before
No,
us?
It's been very quiet, other than the commotion that I heard further, like, towards the center of town.
That'd be your belly burning.
She was nowhere near where it was in town. She's fine.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go find my Yui.
Alright. So you go wandering off back into town. Meanwhile,
I am. Oh,
what are you
sorry.
guys doing?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, so you get she basically takes your boots and everything and puts them away, and takes you each one at a time to your room, and then she gets to you and she's like, we don't have any available rooms for you.
I'm gonna tell her that she's gonna take one of our friends' rooms.
Oh, well, okay.
I'd like to speak to her too and kind of ask her her name and introduce myself. And so I am Juniper Everett. Who might you be?
I am Mako.
Nice to meet you. So how long have you been living here?
In this town my entire life. I was born here, and I have taken over this particular business from my grandparents, who owned it before, well, my parents passed away.
Okay. And were you here before the cherry trees?
Oh no, that was 60 years ago. I am only 21.
Just look her in the face, be like, "Wow, thought you were older."
And do you happen to know anything about the witch and her description?
Oh, what she looks like?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's many tales of what she looks like. Often she takes the appearance of a pale woman with long hair that comes down to close to like her ankles, and sometimes it's kept up in a bun. Often it is just kind of flowing and moves about.
And would it happen to be black?
Oh yes, which is common for our people. But she's often depicted as being very pale and wearing these a white kimono with a white sash, and very, very nice and clean. She almost seems to glow with a light.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help.
Oh no, it is my pleasure. It is what I am here to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Arilu's room and knock just in case. I mean, I know there's no tracks. He could have disappeared, but
Okay,
just in
you
case.
go over and knock. There's no light currently within the room, which
Okay.
you would be able to see through the paper wall. You can't actually see through it, but it's like a white paper, so it's dark in the room.
Okay.
You want to open it?
Yeah, I'll open it and
Alright,
go
so
in.
you slide the thing open and you look inside, and the entire room is completely kind of put away. The bed and everything hasn't been laying out or anything like that. His belongings are still in the little closet provided for them. So he didn't come back and take anything.
Okay.
Mind you, he didn't have a lot. But
Yeah, he didn't care for it.
Worldly possessions.
All right. I'll plan on, if he's still not back in the morning, if we're leaving town, to maybe move his stuff to my room, just in case.
Okay. So she takes you up to one of the rooms, basically, as you're kind of going through the room. Mako and the little gnome come up to this room, and she's like, can she stay in this room, or would you prefer she stay in the other room?
No, this room's fine. Arilu wouldn't care.
And she kind of takes you inside, and she sets up a little table and makes you tea. And she's like, are you going to wish to have a bath?
No. No, thank you.
Okay. There's clothing in the cabinet for you to wear if you wish to wear that. When you are ready to go to bed, I shall roll out the mat for you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to speak to you. So as I was speaking with this wonderful woman here, she described the witch for me, and her appearance seems oddly similar to that of the woman that I had described earlier.
Which means we should take caution tomorrow if we're gonna go see this person. We have I don't. Sylen believes possibly that this witch in the woods is his mom, or could be, who's he's been looking for, so...
Okay.
Well, not really looking for it. We just...
Assumed dead, so.
She was assumed dead, and we got other information before we came here, so... I'll let Sylen know. Thank you.
Yes.
So I'll say goodnight to her and go back to my room.
Alright, as you go back to your room, Mako is there. She's like, would you like me to prepare your bed?
That would be great, thank you.
She goes, sets about taking care of your, laying out the bed and blankets and pillows and all that kind of stuff. And then once she's done, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's it.
And she'll go to Ethan's room and prepare your bed if you're ready for it. You're pretty worn out, so you had a very rough evening.
Just walk over, just collapse down on it.
That's harsh. I mean, those mats, there's not much padding.
So you
It
kind of
feels
crash out
better
on the
than
bed,
the
and
beating that
she
I've
very
taken.
nicely tucks you into bed and everything.
Past your head a little.
And then basically you're not there, so she comes over and prepares your room.
Yeah. And I'm flipping through the book of Cassidyy's language that I bought,
Okay.
and I'm going to
It's like the little kindergarten book.
I'm going to attempt to thank her in in her language.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check. Should be pretty good.
Why are you gonna say it out loud?
Yeah, that's 13.
So there's a little bit off with the pronunciation, but you get it pretty close, and she's like, "Oh, that's very good. You are welcome." And then she comes back to your room to see if you're ready for your bed or not.
I would like to thank her one more time and let her know that should she ever need us to just come find us.
Oh, thank you. That is very kind of you.
And I'm ready for bed now.
I would also like to be tucked in.
She pulls out this big futon mat and she kind of lays it out and very neatly puts some blankets and stuff and sets it up for you.
And I'm just gonna head to bed.
Okay. And so once you are situated in bed, she goes outside and she kind of slides the door closed, and then she goes about her evening routine, finishing cleaning up as the other guest is out and about in town, wandering around aimlessly looking for a house that she has no idea where it's at.
Going to the northeast corner.
All right, so you make your way through town and get through to the northeastern portion of town, and all right. And as you're going along, you see a strange shadow move across one of the sides of one of the building in a kind of a side alley.
Oi! Chase it down.
All right, so you go running off into this alley.
Yep.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Someone should have gone before.
4.
All right,
No. My total is 1. Because I rolled a 1.
all right. So you go running into this alleyway, and all of a sudden there's this like flash of bluish light, and then darkness.
You got disappeared. Oh no!
46, right?
You're not
So
dead.
the evening goes on, and you guys kind of sleep. Those of you that sleep, the others that intend to just kind of meditate. Like I said before, the elves, you have the option of sleeping or not, depending on what you want to do.
Study.
I'll be sleeping probably.
Alright.
I'm tired.
There's something soothing and relaxing about just completely shutting down that sleep provides, that just simple meditation doesn't really quite accomplish. But you guys wake up the next morning, or get up the next morning. The 3 girls each visit, each one of you gets a girl that comes to your room and wakes you up very gently, provides you with tea and a breakfast prepared for you and served to you right there in your room. And you guys kind of sit there and eat that. And when it's all said and done, you guys kind of gather, the 4 of you gather together, missing yet another member of your group.
Is Yui here?
Yes. All 3 of the girls are here this morning.
Well, that's good.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Told you Sue, she was safe. I'm gonna go up to Yui and ask her if she saw Bridget last night.
Oh, the really loud one.
Yes.
We've been here 3 fucking weeks. We're best friends.
She's kind of laughs. No, we did not see her last night. I was at a gathering with some friends. My sister and I.
Oh, she thought that you might have been in trouble because of the incident last night, and she
Oh,
went
we
off.
heard about that. It was all over town at this point. Everyone's talking about the yokai that came into town and set fire to part of the village. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Many of us are quite frightened.
And she didn't come back, so we don't know where she is.
Oh,
Have you seen Bridget this morning?
Nope. Didn't hear. I would have heard her come in, but
Yeah, she would have been drunk and
Deaf
stumbling
people
in.
2 buildings over would have heard me come in.
that's
Wow.
great. Alone again. Well, I have you guys, but my original party.
I'll look at Sylen and let him know what Juniper told me about the witch's description, and it sounds like it could be the same person, so we should be careful going out there. I know we want information, but with people disappearing and demons in town.
Fourth one tonight.
But yeah, it's I had a sneaking suspicion that it could be the case.
And that's not what your mom looked like. Do you?
I honestly have no idea.
You
She
don't
matches the
remember?
vague description,
Okay.
and we assume that she's still in the area.
No. She could possibly have changed forms also, changed appearance.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if you guys are ready, then we should head out that way.
I think first we should check around
Try and find
where
Bridget.
Bridget was heading.
Well, we could see if you can follow
To
her.
see
There's
if
probably a lot of
there could be
alcohol.
Yeah.
well, that, and then
Well,
should
plus you
we-
kind of have an idea of the direction she was going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was north.
That's good voice.
Well,
and
yeah,
should we
let's.
find any
Maybe we're lucky and
residual
she's just
magic as
passed
well?
out up by a building or something.
She could very well just be passed out.
Few people have
Should
faith.
she be gone, we can always check and see if
The same kind of
The same
magic as
magic
our
could happen.
friends. Okay.
So you guys leave and start kind of heading off in that direction. Give me a survival check to see if you can kind of pick up her tracks. Nice.
Natural 20.
All right. Yeah. She leaves a fairly easy to follow trail.
You're welcome.
So you kind of track her down until you reach a certain point to where she was about 4 blocks up from the center of town, and her tracks kind of disappear in an alleyway.
Is that bottle of sake she was carrying on the ground here?
Nope.
No.
Took everything.
This
Well,
is-
good. At least I'm not, alone wherever I am.
So this is where her tracks end, here in the alley. And
I'd like to I'll cast detect magic again then.
Okay.
See if I detect anything.
Yes, there's actually it's just like the evening before. There is this kind of like a residual circle,
Okay.
almost of magical energy on the ground.
And is there anything new about this one? And nothing else in the alleyway either.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fuzzy feeling.
Well,
So, it's the same as before. There's not really anything different. And it doesn't appear that there's anything else in the alleyway either.
well, it sounds like still our only option is to find the witch in the woods. Does anyone need to grab anything before we go? I know we basically prepared yesterday, but
we wasted yesterday shopping.
yeah.
We didn't waste
invested.
it. We invested in things.
Do you want to grab any of your friends' things?
I had woke up in the morning, probably, and moved his stuff from her room to my room, just
You
to
gonna-
clear it out.
You gonna keep the room for while you're gone?
Or did we clear out?
It's up to you guys. You can pay for the rooms for while you're gone, and basically, or ask them to hold on to things for you guys.
I figured we would have kept our rooms, because, I mean, we're just going to go get information about her. We don't
It
know
is
if we're
2 days.
traveling.
2 days travel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So like I would.
Yeah.
All like I don't know about you, but all I have is basically my backpack with the stuff. So that's what I plan on bringing. It's got the bedrolls and all that in
Yeah.
it. So
Then I'll have my stuff, and yeah, maybe I'll have asked the inn to hold
I
on
can
to
always help carry
Arilu's stuff.
things as well.
Just in case he comes
Yeah.
back looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a little side room. They'll gladly just kind of set it off to the side for now.
Okay.
so I guess his Connie's and now Bridget's stuff is being held there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of Bridget's stuff isn't there because she had like her weapons and stuff on her.
Yeah.
So
Any
there's
backpacks
probably
you
like
might
a
have had.
backpack with like the basic gear in it.
Yeah.
Because we just gotten back from shopping.
But yeah.
All right.
Do we want to? Are there horses that we could rent in town?
No, they don't have any. They don't have like rental horses here.
Okay.
Do they have any mode of transportation that we could?
Before we slip out, I'm gonna buy another health potion
maybe
Okay.
do?
and
Probably best to
a couple of throwing daggers or daggers for throwing too. Just some, because I don't want to throw my +1.
All right.
All right. Looks like we're walking then,
Okay.
because horses are expensive
Alright.
to buy.
So as you guys are kind of going about your business, you see a strange kind of a shadow as you're kind of walking along. Just out of the corner of your eye, you swear you see like a wisp of like black hair kind of like flow out of an alleyway and then back into the back kind of off into the shadowy portions of the
Which
alley.
direction is that from us?
As you're basically right near the center of town, near where he's buying his daggers at.
Hmm.
So a ways away from where you've found that she disappeared, but pretty close to the drunken trader.
I'll just quietly to them say, it seems like we might be being followed.
Okay. Maybe we
Do you
should
want-
have a few people.
Do we want to check it out, or do we just want
We
to keep an
shouldn't
eye
go
on it?
alone if we do check it out.
I'd say just keep an eye on it. I don't. I
Wisdom
wasn't,
saving throw.
I wasn't for sure what I saw.
5.
The fifth one.
Another one.
All right,
I have a plus 7.
As you're sitting there, kind of talking, all of a sudden you see this like glow, kind of a circular glow underneath his feet, kind of this jade green color, just pale glow, and all of a sudden he just kind of, and the light vanishes, and he's just gone.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going
I
to...
walk out of the shop. Look at, I got my new daggers. Where the hell did he go?
I'm going to speak to you. Why did you think we were being followed?
I saw a shadow. It looked like with black hair, kind of pop out of an alley and then disappear.
Okay. I'm going to go over to that alley and investigate.
Wisdom saving throw.
Is that a 20?
Yep.
Oh, plus wisdom 1, 13.
All right, so you go walking towards the alley, and you see a flash of green light.
I've seen this movie before.
Just
Feels weird.
Yeah, because it's been printed.
Do you want to get out of here?
leaving the two of you standing there.
Are you guys at a pub?
Yeah.
You come here often?
It's all in that alley that they're all
Yeah,
disappearing
so-
in the alley.
It's a different
Over
alley.
towards that.
Oh, they're just finishing.
I wasn't
them.
even in it.
Yeah, he was
He
right
was
in front of the
standing
shop.
I mean,
Well, obviously everybody's kind of the same.
Just sit there waiting to be...
we're
sucked
waiting.
in the portal.
Hello, take us with you.
You just start jumping around.
Tie a rope to you.
Again, you see like a wisp of hair, kind of like up above, like moving across the roof. You just see like a.
Like creepy, like ring style. Gross.
Yeah.
Ew. I'm gonna draw my swords and.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ah!
I tied a rope.
That's,
late.
yeah. That's not. 8.
You tie a rope to? Did you tie a rope to her?
Yeah.
All right. So she's like she draws her sword and looks up and kind of, and all of a sudden, make a strength save.
That's not very good. Oh,
Oh,
it's
man,
so
I'm
close. 8.
All right. So it's like no, the rope just and she just vanishes.
Damn it! Took my rope.
Hey, you know what? Walks back into the shop.
I need some rope.
I am walking back in the shop. I'm gonna go back in there real quick. I'm
I
some rope. I'll
need
come back
another adventurer and some
out. You have a group of adventurers.
Yeah, that's the adventurer's kit, right?
How do you activate this? Operate Manuel.
Manuel?
You're all alone.
Waiting to be killed. Waiting to be killed.
You
No,
were dead.
I don't know where you went. There's creepy hair things chasing you around.
Draw your weapons. See
It's
what
the
happens.
follicle of man.
At this point, I don't think the weapons are gonna do me much. I'm gonna tie it to one of the buildings.
You're gonna tie yourself to a
Tie
building.
myself to the building.
They're made out of like rice sheets though, so.
So yeah, I don't know.
Wisdom saving throw. What did you get?
I
You
got
rolled a
a
3.
God damn you guys. But that's fine. As you're kind of like getting ready to tie yourself off, all of a sudden it's like, whoosh, you're like, fuck. And disappear into this through this green light.
So here's a question: did he get his rope tied off?
No.
Because that would be freaking hilarious if you had just bought this rope and you got
That you
portaled
tied the rope.
away.
But not to yourself yet. It's just like, oh, my rope.
The shopkeep comes out and it's like, why is this tied here? Wraps it back up, takes it back inside to sell later.
All right. So, you look about yourself. As your eyes kind of flutter open and you're looking about, and you're just confused. You have no idea what the hell happened. You look over and there's an empty bottle of sake that's kind of laying next to you.
This is not the first time this has
The
happened.
floor is hard and cold stone. You look about, and it takes a little bit for your dark vision to kick in. But you see that you were laying on some sort of flagstone floor. You believe maybe underground or deep inside some sort of structure. As you look around, you don't see any lights or torches or anywhere. There's no windows, but just in front of you is a set of iron bars that kind of goes across this arched opening in front of you. And you just seem to be in a fairly large 30 by 30 foot cell with 10-foot ceilings. You look over and you see a kind of a battered cleric and druid kind of laying off to one side. Then all of a sudden, like almost out of nowhere, a warlock kind of thumps onto the floor next to you. And he give me a dexterity save.
I rolled an 8.
And you have his shield.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you take like 4 points of bludgeoning damage, basically as though you just fallen into this room and you're just like, poof. And then a few minutes later, it's like, poof, poof, poof. The rest of your group just kind of lands in here.
Can I?
You have a rope tied around your waist.
Can I make a stone cunning check? I want to see if I'm underground, if I can tell.
Since you guys all failed, I'll give you guys characters back.
Thanks. You're still drunk. You don't know where you are.
It's definitely rock. Yep. I bet Saki would have some nasty burps too.
Actually, it's not so bad. So you wanted to do, you're like using your stone cutting, trying to.
Yeah, I got a 7 altogether.
Oh, it's
Rocks.
It's stone.
Yeah.
It's nicely fitted together. But with dark vision, you can't really make out the type of stone it is very well or anything of that nature. It is for the human in the group, aka you. It is like just pitch black in here. You can't see a damn thing in here.
Token human. What up?
I'm using my keen
The cleric
sense
is also human, but.
of hearing. I don't have one now.
But you can hear people moving around. Some of the familiar creaks of leather armor and the jingle of weapons and stuff.
I hear coin purses.
Coin purses.
Here's the important stuff is here. So you said my vision's still kind of coming back, but
Yeah, you have dark vision. You can see. But only about 60 feet.
what is that?
Who's that?
You guys can see one another.
Oh, the bars are.
It's only by
You're all in
30 by
one
30.
room.
Oh, it's all at the same room? For some reason, I was thinking we're in separate cells.
No, you're all in one room.
Okay.
Well, I can see.
I'm gonna go over and check
So-
on
Yeah.
Arilu. to see.
He seems to be not in any kind of. He's not dead, but he is definitely
Not well.
not
Incapacitated.
well. He is incapacitated.
Do we
AKA,
see-
he's not here.
Do we still have all of our stuff?
No, but just to make
Yeah.
sure he's alive.
Okay.
I'm digging through my bag. I'm lighting a candle.
Yeah,
So you light a candle, and there's like a little bit of light kind of glows from where you're at.
Well,
Right.
these for me. I'm all,
Are there any
Just like-
torches on the walls in the room at all or not?
In the chamber, in the cell that you're in, no. But if you go over and peer out through the bars, you see that there's another cell just like this one directly across with bars, and then there's a hallway that goes in either direction. There is a torch on the wall on that side, and then there's a torch on the wall on this side.
Is there,
Basically kind of catty-cornered to one another on either side of the
is there
Lit or no?
No, they are not lit.
standing up as by the bars, are either of them within 10 feet of me?
Yeah, actually, either one of them would be within 10 feet
Alright.
of you.
Well,
You could actually physically reach through the bars and grab the one that's on the wall.
Okay,
that's
well,
near your cell.
as part of prestidigitation, you can light a torch with it. So I'm gonna light. I will just go and light both torches.
All right, so you light both torches, and with his candle and the 2 torches, you can see that the room that you're in is laid out with some sort of deep green stonework. It's almost has like this milky marble look to it, but it's definitely green. You quickly identify it as jade. The entire structure seems to be made out of large jade blocks.
This is a very expensive room.
The hallway goes off in either direction, ending in 2 heavy bronze doors. Both of them have kind of this strange demonic-looking face on it, of this kind of like this snarling demon with these short little horns and like the hair that kind of comes up in like a top knot and these large pointed ears. It's very stylized in its overall design.
Same face that was in the wheel?
No, but it does have does kind of borrow a piece of paper.
What's that?
Fireworks?
That's what it sounds like. It may not be.
Damn kids.
Or it's TV upstairs.
It's only 11. It'll be fine.
How much longer are we gonna keep playing?
Till 3.
Normally we just play till about midnight or so. Depends on.
Where we're at.
Yeah, that's what I thought it looked like. I'm familiar
So-
with imagery like that.
Are
What do you say,
we...
Ian?
I'm evil. No.
Plot twist. He's the witch.
Do it. Get that
This
spell.
is very crude, but not exactly what it looks like.
Mine
but
would
it
be a
gives you-
stick figure
It's an
with
Odie.
horns.
Gives-
Yeah.
yeah.
Might be a frowny face.
Like an emoji. Angry eyebrows.
O-N-I.
What color is it?
It's jade.
A jade or... Look at those ears.
Don't make fun.
No.
Best I can do right
My
now.
character is making fun of the thingy's ears, regardless of
That's
your drawing.
rude.
No,
You're so rude.
goblins, man.
But anyway,
Shite of the earth.
two bronze doors on either side, with that face basically kind of emblazoned in the center of the doors. They're not double doors; they're just single, like regular 7-foot, slightly arched at the top doors, normal sized doors. And the cell on the other side, you see what looks like there might be other people over there, but they are not currently moving, much in the same way as Arilu and Connie are not currently moving in the cell next to you.
I'm gonna go poke him with a stick.
I'm
They're
gonna
in
go
the cell
see
across
if-
from you.
That's why I need a stick.
Where can you get a stick?
I'm gonna call out to them and see if maybe it's my party.
They do not move.
Well, crap. Is there?
Well, I'm gonna head
What's
over to
your
the bars
freezing
and start
blast
looking
one?
for a
Wake
lock
them up with your
on the
frost.
cell
Yeah,
bar.
just make it snow
There
on
is indeed a lock that you can basically kind of
Reach around and pick.
reach through to try to pick if you like.
I'll hold the candle.
It's a very old lock though. It's kind of an archaic design.
Can we just break it off then?
That's the next step. I'll take the candle from you and hold it.
Well, the
that-
2 torches are lit, so you can just blow the candle out. It's not really providing any
I'm
light at the
melting.
Okay, sorry.
You can hold the blown out candle.
Alright, so that is.
It'd be your dexterity plus your proficiency if you're proficient in lockpicks.
thieves' tools. They would
Thieves'
be.
tools, yeah.
If you have these tools. If you don't, what are you doing?
I've got lockpicks.
There you
I bought them
go.
last time
It comes
because I
with
didn't know if
rogue,
we
so
had to
you
do
don't have to worry
rogues.
about what you got.
Dexterity plus this plus what is it?
Your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, just dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. 7. So alright, 7 plus whatever I roll. So
Nice.
17.
Is it a 1?
17? Yeah, so you easily kind of reach through and you're like, "Ch-" it's like a really old, simple style of lock. They don't really use these anymore.
Mhm.
It's one of those locks that just pretty much any generic skeleton key of the appropriate size would just kind of unlock.
Okay. I'm gonna put the lock in my bag.
No, it's actually built
Oh,
into
okay.
the door.
I was gonna say, hey, it's not gonna like, oh, okay.
But yeah,
So that's
you
an
unlock
antique
it,
door.
and the door swings open fairly silently. It seems that it is been recently maintained, like somebody's been greasing the hinges and taking care of the place.
Why would you fix the hinges and leave the lock like that?
Everything about this place is old. It doesn't look like,
Yeah,
It's just
but
been maintained.
Well, the lock was
They're-
in good shape. It was just old.
but they're kidnapping people. So you think that they would update their security.
So
But
do you
obviously,
wanna
though,
start-
if you've been here too long, that happens to you. So we should probably get our butts out of here.
so you open the door and you can kind of go over and you peer inside and you see the remains of what was once your adventuring party.
Oh. That sucks.
They look like they've been dead for months,
Okay.
How long have they been gone?
Only a
Like-
few days.
like 2-3 days.
So.
I'm gonna go over and pat her on the back in a consoling fashion. Well, did they have any good loot?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they have money on them?
The thing that bothers me most is look at how much they've decayed and they've only been gone a few days.
Yeah, but did they have money on them when they disappeared?
You want to pick
Uh-huh.
the lock and go
Yeah, I'm
ahead?
gonna go
free
pick.
insert.
As I'm asking her this, I'm picking the lock. And it's like,
You mean another,
And the witch was making us sick
oh, damn.
with her demon. With all the boils.
Yeah.
9,
So
10.
Not
Sorry.
10? Yeah, so you're like, you're kind of fidgeting with it because you're talking to her, but you're like, and it unlocks. And you can swing
You can go ahead
the
and
cell
go in
open.
and get what you'd like. I wouldn't like to take anything from what was once my friends.
There was nothing from your group that you were working on that you were carrying or anything like that?
No, just the basic goal. And we were kind of on the same adventure you were, looking for this witch that was described, but we hadn't gotten far. We were just getting into town, as I said.
Alright. Well, head on.
Go over and start
Yeah.
looting the bodies. Anybody else going into the cell?
I'm gonna drag her away. Come on. She doesn't need to see that.
I'm gonna
Arm
go,
over the shoulder, kind of like.
go back
"Don't
to
look, don't look."
go back to Arilu and Connie and look them over a little bit closer to see if there's like they have like stuff
Are they
on their.
wrinkly?
Yeah, like are they decaying already?
Give me an investigation.
Foul play on the pencil's part.
Yeah.
I'll let you reroll it. 'cause-
Okay. It jumped a pencil. That's better. 16.
Yeah, you kind of search through them and over them, and at what first something that you consider might just be like a smudge of dirt or something. They actually have symbol kind of painted on their forehead in some sort of like maybe it's dried blood or some sort of kind of reddish brown ink kind of painted onto their head. But because you don't can't read or speak the language or anything,
Yeah.
it at first it just looked like an odd smudge of dirt, but now you can actually see that there's actually a pattern to it.
Okay.
Can I go over and see if I can read what's written on them?
Yes, it's the symbol for Shanai, which is Shanai, which is basically death
Okay.
or die in this particular case.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's...
Shanai.
Focus.
It's die in
to see if it's a spell and if I'm able to, if there's a way that you know of to stop the spell, break the spell.
Sure, go ahead. Meanwhile, go ahead and give me a investigation check, Steve.
rolled an 8. Oh, an 8 total. That's
Yeah, it's not something that you recognize.
She knew.
There's like a couple of different ways.
Okay, well.
There's it's
Focus.
Japanese. There's like 5 different words for it.
14.
You kind of search through their belongings and you find, in total, about 280 gold pieces, 84 silver pieces, and 60 copper pieces. One of them has a short sword that has some runes down the edge of the blade. And it has some jade inlay that seems to be designed kind of in the style of the local culture. And then there's also another one that has a stone maul of a dwarvish design.
Hmm.
And then one of them has a shield. As you're kind of picking through the stuff, you do kick something that you think is at first is a loose stone, but it kind of skitters across the floor, and you kind of go over and you look at it, and it's an onyx chess piece shaped like a horse. So
Chess piece.
Chess piece.
chess
He said chess piece.
Oh,
Not chest.
piece.
Yeah, I heard chest.
chess
Yeah.
piece.
Like a board
rook.
game piece.
The rook. You,
No,
Oh,
this one's a
knight.
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 The
Yeah.
knight. Yeah, that's right. The rook's the castle.
Right.
I just, yeah.
Okay. So I'll pick that up. And the other stuff, and I'll kind of. The hammer's probably, or the maul a little bit heavier, so.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Set this. I just kind of slide it out into the hallway with the handle sticking.
It is like a square block of stone with
Check
some
it out.
runes on it.
And you use
Uh,
a shield, correct?
You do know that these are indeed magical items that belong to your companions.
Okay. So I should probably take them.
Well, yeah. I have a sword and a shield.
You should
that I
make sure
don't
they
use.
get put to good use.
I'll take a short sword and the shield, just to kind of have another, maybe even better.
You know it's a short sword +1 and a shield +1.
Okay, I don't have a shield +1 yet. So.
Okay. Mark it on your sheet.
So you have 2 + 1 short swords now?
Yes.
Do you dual wield?
No.
She does.
She won't.
You could give her.
Took
the
me
short
forever to
sword.
give you the
Yeah,
last
thank you.
magical short
I know,
sword.
right?
So.
Didn't you have a sword for her? Oh yeah, I found it in that nest.
After we had fought
Would
something.
you
I know,
like the
what's
other
that?
short sword?
Right
if
before that
you do
character
not
died.
need it, I would love the other short sword +1.
I would just like the
Which
better
one do you
shield.
Which one do you give her? The one that you had before, which is kind of a relatively plain looking short sword, or do you give her the one with the jade inlay?
The regular one, because I'm gonna hold on to my buddies.
She wants the
Okay.
You want the purdy one? You sure you got a purdy sword?
It's a maul +1, just so you are
Oh.
aware as to what it is.
Okay.
Can we take a short break?
Actually, we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
And be done. So at this point, you guys have kind of gathered up a little bit. Oh, there's a little bit of food and stuff there, but I don't know if you want to try to like gather up their basic supplies.
I mean, I've got most of my stuff still good. I just
Can I
look
have the food? Because I don't have anything yet.
Yeah, there's obviously there's 3 backpacks. There's
Where do I put this?
3
I'll
sections of rope. So there's 150 feet of silk rope, a lantern, 4 flasks of oil, and in total, 4 times 3, 12 days worth of rations.
Okay. That's good, because I had nothing before, so.
Yeah, you didn't get a chance for you to sit down and do your shopping.
So now,
But you guys
Take
have
one
gathered
from
up
that.
the little bit of belongings, and you're kind of looking around at this
You want
odd hallway of jade with 2 doors with demonic faces on either end of it. You have your friends with the strange markings left on their foreheads, and adventure awaiting. No idea how it is that you managed to get here or what you're doing here.
Or where we are.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Bum,
dun.
Now, how much XP do we get? Hey,
You always ask. I always forget. Like, that was fun. And Bree's like, give us the good shit now.
Information here, and then that